Welcome to This Is My Circus, the podcast where we embrace the chaos and keep it real about parenting, pop culture, true crime, and the books we can't put down.
Because let's be honest, life is one big circus, and we're just trying to survive with caffeine, sarcasm, and a little true crime obsession.
So if you love unfiltered conversation, questionable parenting hacks, and deep dives into the things that keep us up at night, you're in the right place.
Buckle up, grab your popcorn, and let's get into the chaos.
I'm Stefanie.
Meredith.
And welcome to This Is My Circus.
Hey, Steph.
Hi.
I told you just now, it feels like I hadn't seen you in forever.
I know. We used to go to dinner.
Imagine hanging out outside of just doing this. That would be great. Well, we are on Saturday.
Oh, gonna go to the goat.
Are we going to do the goat call?
I will 100% go.
Let's go.
Okay, so it's at Tractor Supply?
Yes.
On Saturday.
We'll figure out what time we want to go.
Yeah, and it's like $5 for 5 minutes to cuddle goats.
I'm taking like $200. It's for a good cause, Brian. It's for a good cause. One of our listeners has requested that we video.
Heck yeah. Unless I get run over by a goat. So that happened to Dylan when we lived in...
What?
Okay, so we lived in Nashville still, right outside Nashville, and we were at the Nashville Zoo, and they have a petting zoo in there. And he was 2. And the goats would run and charge you and headbutt you.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
2-year-old little tiny Dylan would just get boop, he'd fall over.
But was it a baby goat?
They were all ages.
Okay, but the little ones, when they're just learning to do that, is so adorable because they're so small, and they're trying to look so mean and aggressive, and they're just running, wobbling sideways at you. He was okay though. Not traumatized. Yeah. Okay. Good. Perfect. Best response. Well, hopefully none of that happens.
Yeah.
But we're gonna go. We'll figure out what time.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm in.
Okay.
Yeah.
Clean out your coin jar so we can take all the money.
Oh, I've got a whole big bucket somewhere.
Do you?
Yeah.
Know that.
When you're emptying your purse, you just throw it. Yeah.
Or when you get paid to do laundry because you find money in the laundry.
Yeah.
That's that's what I like to call it.
Or I have to clean Dylan's room and I'm finders keepers.
Yeah, 100%. Or I give him cash. Most things are okay to just tap and stuff. But if I give him cash and he forgets to give it back or give me my change, give it back now.
Yeah.
Just think they're slick, don't they?
They do.
Oh my goodness. Well, thanks for moving the recording day from yesterday to today.
You had a big day.
I had a big day. I had so much fun. So one of the perks of working for Brian works for Lowe's Home Improvement, and one of the perks is the headquarters is here in Charlotte. And so they have lots of opportunities to give away tickets to different events, concerts, sporting events, any kind of thing. And we've been lucky and got tickets before. And they're great. We've been to see the Hornets and sat in the suites where the food is all inclusive. And that was so much fun. So yesterday, my big, big day, it feels like a book. Meredith's big, big day.
It's what was it, the zebra?
Yes. But I'm in the case. I'm flying around. Okay, so our big, big day yesterday was Brian received from work, as part of a recognition of him doing such a good job, tickets to one of the qualifiers for the World Cup that was yesterday in Charlotte. So we watched Portugal beat Germany, which was unexpected. So that was fun. But OMG, that is how I was meant to live. Let me tell you, these were VIP hospitality tickets. The only things that were not included was parking. And I think they probably just forgot to send us a parking pass. There was a special interest at B of A that we went in. I'm so excited I can't even talk. A special entrance. And there was somebody standing there with the VIP sign that took our group 20 feet to the next person with the VIP sign. Oh my God. Everybody was like, who are they? And I was like, I'm half of a podcast team. So it was we kept getting handed off from person to person, and they were walking us through. It was just unbelievably amazing. They were like, okay, this is your elevator. And I was like, well, what floor? Where are we going? And I was like, country comes to town. I was trying to be all smooth and play it off, but I was like, where are we going? They were like, well, your elevator attendant will take you where you need to go.
I have an attendant?
There was somebody in there pushing the buttons and telling us all the things. So we get in there and she was like, well, who are you rooting for? You know, what are you? And I was like, the food, because food and drink, everything was included. So we make it to our suite, and there's, if you've never been before, no, I'm just kidding. So there's like 2 attendants in there the whole time. There was like 12 people, I think, in the suite. So it was Brian and me, and then somebody else that he works with and his wife, and then, 10 other people, whatever. And there are 2 attendants that work there, and they just keep refilling the food, and they take your trash, and they would almost possessively take the trash from me. Like, I'm just trying to throw my plate away. Like, they just took care of everything that you could think of. Like, and of course, I'm talking to them. I'm so nice. I'm not nice. I'm so people-y. I'm like, hi, because it was such an experience. So we're there, and we're so close where you can see the expressions. Don't take any of that out. It's okay. We can see their expressions. And oh, I forgot to tell you this. So we're going in the elevator, they all the things, and they're like, your hospitality gifts are over here.
What'd you get?
So it was like about the size of that can, and it looked like an iPhone box. I was like, I know there's not an iPhone in here. If there is, I'm gonna need new pants, because I'm gonna mess my pants. But it was not. It was like a commemorative little, like a crystal trophy thing that said FIFA World Cup thing on it, which Jackson loves stuff like that. So he was thrilled to have that. And then they had another little bag, and I was like, what's in that? And they were like, oh, that's journals. And I was like, well, I really don't need a journal. They weren't like engraved or anything, but it was so much fun. We got there at like 2:30, 2:15, something like that. The game started at 3. We start snacking, like there was charcuterie board, like all the things. We start going, and they were like, oh, we'll let you know when we're bringing the next course. That was the pregame. That wasn't even the appetizers. So we had pregame, appetizers, entree, cheeses, fruits, desserts. It was so amazing. So we're sitting there watching the game, and there was like a walkway between our suite and the one beside us. And everybody kept looking at this dude. It was a former soccer player that played for Germany that was in this booth. And I will not pronounce his name because I will ruin it. But he played for Germany, and a lot of people know him because he is a Muslim, and he did not want beer thrown on him in like a celebration, and they did anyway.
Oh.
So he's retired. But there were cops posted outside of his thing, because when we like got up and walked around and stuff, it had his own bathroom in there. Oh my God. So when we were walking around, there were like 3 cops posted outside of his thing. And then when we went to leave, I guess everybody saw him when they were coming up, because they're glass, and we were just kind of hanging out, letting the traffic get by. And when we went to leave, like there were so many people in the hall trying to get to him, because at that point, like, you didn't have to show your bands or anything, everything's over, that they had to like make an announcement to clear everybody out, like, we need everybody in this hall to go. Yeah, I mean, I don't blame them. It was so amazing.
You frou-frou.
I have always wanted to go. Okay, so one of my dreams is to go like to the Olympics or the World Cup and see like a big famous team play in like their country, like, and I don't care who. I mean, of course I like USA, but I just love the environment. They're so exciting to me.
Yeah.
So Brian was like, is this good enough? I was like, yes. And we had AC. It was AC in there.
And it was hot.
So hot. We kept checking to see if they were going to delay the game because it's on turf, and it was so hot. They were hosing down the turf.
Yeah.
And they had a few like specific hydration breaks, which soccer normally doesn't have any breaks other than the half. But anyway, I'm sorry. I'm just rambling, but I'm fancy, and that's how I was meant to live.
Yeah. Same.
I am not meant to live in this little life I currently have.
I tagged you in another camp.
Yeah, I saw it.
Video, and it said it's like legit glamping. With the activities to the side.
Focus on glamping and hanging out. Yes. And she was like, artsy fartsy stuff.
Yeah. Arts and crafts.
Some of them.
Give me the glitter.
Yeah.
I love glitter. Although you can't get it out of anything, but I still want to do it.
I want to know where it was. I didn't look really, like, I've been.
There's one in, it said North Carolina and somewhere else.
Up.
Yeah, there was 2 locations. It was like for Vermont and North Carolina or something.
Did you happen to look at prices or
I did not.
packages or anything?
When I just saw she had put that in the comments. I'm like, North Carolina, Meredith.
I'll have to look. I've just been so crazy busy. I hadn't had a time to. But it's like I told Jackson, because he sat down the other day and he was like, "How are you doing, Mama?" And I was like, "Do you really want to know?" He was like, "Yeah, because we always ask them, how's your day, whatever." I was like, "Well, I'm overwhelmed. I'm drowning at work. I'm trying to start this new business. Your lawn business is pretty busy, and I do a lot of the communication and stuff with that." I said, and then I just decided to paint the living room because, well, why not? That's apparently how I handle stress.
Well, add more.
Make more. Yeah, but at least it's something I can control.
Yeah.
And I can see results. Maybe that was what it was.
Yeah.
But I'm totally down to team building. That would be a team building event.
Yes, it would be.
If we had a real business, we could run it off. Okay, speaking of the businesses, how's Honey Drop going?
Good. I guess got some new software.
Oh,
so I'm been playing around with that a lot.
Okay.
So I'm just getting my bearings and getting everything kind of systemized.
Yeah.
And then I will be ready to
really jump into it, getting it going.
Mm-hmm.
That's awesome. I'm so happy for you.
Yeah.
Good for you.
Thanks.
Good for you. Before we go much further,
yes,
I want to talk about something that's kind of sad. And I know we're not a fan of sad, but I just want to put it out there because I know a lot of our listeners are friends of like local in the area.
Mm-hmm.
There is a girl who goes to school with Jackson in the same class. She's a triplet.
Okay.
And she's fighting leukemia.
Oh.
And she's been fighting it for, I think, 2 years now, but she is struggling right now. So everybody can just say a little prayer for her. Name is Lee. Say a prayer for Lee. Send good vibes and stuff that way. Yeah, there's a Facebook page. If you want to find it, you can DM me and I'll link you to it. It's private, but it's still open for everybody. So you'll have to like be led into it. But just because I know there's a lot of Jackson's classmates and classmates' parents and people might not know what's going on. So she is in the hospital. She was in the hospital on her 16th birthday. I know, but she's a strong little cookie. So I think she'll be good. She's just in a little rough patch right now.
Yeah.
But I just wanted to bring that out. Also, something crazy that's been going on.
Okay.
You're like, what? Jackson pulled me into watching a documentary, which I was like, oh, you're my child. You want to watch a documentary? He wanted to watch the Travis Scott.
Dylan and Ruthie watched that the other day.
Astro World.
Yeah.
So it was crazy, fascinating, and terrifying, and all the things. Did you watch any of it?
I was working in here, and they were watching it in the living room, and I just heard their like reactions.
Yeah, it was interesting though. I don't remember. I mean, once he started telling me about it, the tragedy that was there, where several people died because of just the layout and the crowd crushing. But it was crazy. Yeah, it was crazy to watch. So that was something else to take a look at that.
Yeah. Well, good news. We had talked about our need for smelly laundry.
Yes.
Good smelling laundry.
Good smelling laundry.
And so
good scented.
Yes. A girl on TikTok does reviews, and it's like legit reviews. Like she does good and bad. And so she said that this laundry detergent, Mosey Wash, stays on your clothes. And so I was like, sold.
Yeah.
I brought a shirt down for Meredith to smell.
I sniffed it.
And I love it. Like, I think it smells, the scent actually it's not overpowering.
Not at all.
But it's definitely there.
It is a very subtle, gentle smell. And I love the cans.
Yeah, it comes in like these cool metal cans. The box like that it came in was really cool too.
Yeah.
They branded it really, really well.
I am a sucker for details like that, for pretty packaging. When Jackson does his lawn stuff, I like to make sure everything is blown off and crisp, like the porches. I'm a sucker for that kind of stuff. Yeah. So I'm sold on this. I'm going to have to try one of those. They both smell really good.
So yeah, I got the vanilla moon and the sugar dew, which is more of like a citrusy smell. But there are, I think, like 6 or 7 different scents. And then there's an unscented one as well.
Yeah.
But it's super concentrated. You only use like a tablespoon and a half.
That's awesome.
2 tablespoons per load. And I am in love.
Yeah. Not as much waste. You can recycle easily. They smell good. And I think you said they were plant-based.
Yes.
So they're not like a lot of chemical-y things going in your skin.
Right.
Oh, they smell really good though.
Yes, I am obsessed. So I've only used the vanilla one so far. I have not tried like the citrus one on the clothes. That's supposed to be a little bit more of a stronger scent on the clothes, but excited to try both of them.
Did Dylan smell them?
Yes.
What did he say?
I was like, it smell my shirt. He's like, I like that one, which is the vanilla one.
Yeah.
But
really, I would have think that he would have liked that.
Well, I didn't try that on clothes yet.
You didn't let him smell the can.
Well, he smelled the can, but I was like, I don't know how it's going to smell on clothes.
Yeah,
because it's a much stronger scent in the can.
It is very strong, and a lot of those things, like they'll tell you when you go like Bath and Body Works and smell it, that it's different when it's activated and does whatever.
Have you seen this in Florida? Florida is doing Florida.
Florida being Florida.
They are building an off-the-grid detention center, like a prison, in the Everglades. Like in the middle of the Everglades.
Oh, what detention center? Like juvie or like adult? We don't know.
It just said like a prison-style detention center. Oh. And they already broken ground or swamp.
Yeah.
And so this is like Alligator Alley, right? Like,
yeah, 100%.
It's like alligator and pythons. That's what lives there. So there literally be like a moat around this thing. Nobody's gonna be able to escape. Like
no.
And if you escape, it's gonna be like Hunger Games. Like you're fighting for your life between the alligators and the pythons.
Oh my gosh.
Right? Like, but genius.
Why didn't they do that before? That's gonna be tough for them to build on just because of the terrain. But I'm so here for it. I want to know everything about it.
Yeah, I was like, okay, Florida is doing Florida.
Yeah. That's genius, though, because you're right. They can't, I mean, can you escape? You're either going to get hugged by a python.
Swallowed whole.
Chomped by a gator. Or die of mosquito bites. They have the wild hogs out there too, I think, which are terrifying.
I have no desire to experience any of that.
Okay, you know I'm the weird one. Put me on an airboat.
No.
And let me ride in the Everglades.
Why not?
I think that'd be so much fun.
No, I just see myself like hitting you know, like on roller coasters, like when like you like lift off the seat and I'm like, I'm gonna die.
Yeah. No, hang on to me. We'll be fine. Okay, so you mentioned the Hunger Games.
Yes.
And I know we've talked about them a little bit before. Did you read the books or see the movies? Did you read any of the 2 like prequels? So I had read the one prequel. It was called it was called Ballad of Songbird and Snakes. And that was about snow.
Okay.
I just finished Sunrise on the Reaping, which is Hamish's story.
Okay.
Our bookies, you might want to jump into it if you haven't already. It was so twisted and good.
Really?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
So good. Well, you know, they're all about kids killing each other.
Yeah.
But so good. You understand a little bit more of his whatever. I'm sure they'll do movies out of it.
Yeah.
So. It was really good though.
I know we were talking about sports earlier.
Yes.
Have you seen all this WNBA stuff with Sophie Cunningham?
Mm-mm.
Oh my gosh. Listen, she is a legend. She is like my hero.
What? She must be being petty.
Oh my gosh.
What is she doing?
Okay. So, and I don't follow any of this stuff. I just kind of knew Caitlin Clark because of all the drama that was going on last year with her. And she, by the way, is the only one that Michael Jordan is a fan of.
Really?
Yeah, he gave her like a $50 million deal.
Really?
Yeah. And she does a lot off the court for the community and for kids. And she donates a lot of time, money, everything. She's very, very, very involved off the court. And I think that he said, you know, besides being a phenomenal player, that was a big draw for her.
Yeah.
But she gets just cheap shot after cheap shot on the court.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely. And all the other women are so jealous and so petty of her because of her skills. And
well, she's not flashy.
No.
Don't get me wrong. If I could do it, I would. But some of these girls are playing ball with their lashes on and all the things. And she just wears a high pony, no makeup, and hoops.
Yeah.
And she is, like you said, she's just does a lot of good things or whatever. And they don't like her for
They
all
hate
the
her.
reasons.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So JC Sheldon was on the opposite team and was just
giving it to her.
Try to scratch her eyes. I mean, and then the refs weren't calling nothing.
Yeah.
So after she got her eye scratched, she was walking away, and one of the other team pushes her to the ground from behind.
Oh my god!
And it was like blatant, and the refs did nothing about it.
Yeah.
So my girl comes out.
Yes.
And her background, she's a black belt in Taekwondo.
Okay.
She filled in for her high school football team's kicker when the kicker got injured.
I love that.
I mean, she is just a badass. Like,
I love that.
She's amazing. So JC goes to get a shot up, and my girl takes her and does a Taekwondo move on her.
Shut up. She sweep the leg?
No, she like took her from like, I took her just down, like,
she just went down.
Took her by like a head, neck, shoulder down. And she gets up, and I mean, they were just going at it. And but it was like at the end of the game, there was like 3 minutes left, and all game long, the refs did nothing.
Yeah.
She also took JC out one other time, just kind of like got her really
little shoulder.
And she just went bloop, like fell over.
Like Dylan with the goat. Yeah. Can't believe I didn't see it. We've been watching the men's basketball NBA playoffs have been going on. And so I guess that's just been taking all my mind power. Yeah, I love her now.
I don't watch basketball. I would watch basketball because of her. I mean, she's just got all her teammates' backs.
I love that.
Yeah.
You need somebody like that.
Yeah.
Like you need somebody on your team that's kind of the mouthy one because you don't want to look too soft. You need somebody that's going to talk trash. Jackson's not really a trash talker. I don't think Dylan, I mean, they will, but they're not the ones who go out there looking for it. But some of Jay's friends will be like, some of the ones that aren't quite so big, they're like, I'll talk trash if you're going to get my back. Jackson's like, sure.
It's me.
Yes. Is that us? I feel like I just had a vision of me trying to carry you off somewhere and like holding you around your belly while you're still like kicking and screaming. And
what has happened before?
Maybe I was having deja vu. That's so funny.
Yeah. So yeah,
that's so funny.
They are calling her the enforcer.
I love it.
I do too. And she's just gorgeous. And
she is.
So she got now after that whole debacle, she got 500,000 new followers on social media. And I was like, you go, girl. Like, she deserves it.
And I'm not big on using the term bully. I think that's overused. I think a lot of times things aren't really bullying situations, but we're, whatever. So, but when people are being a bully like that to somebody else and nothing is being done about it, then when the enforcer's got to step in.
Yeah.
I don't have a problem with that.
Neither do I. And I'm like 100% Sophie fan.
I'm going to have to follow her now. She'll have 500,001. That's great, though. I love it.
So, you go, girl.
I got to find her.
Yeah. Let's see. I know that you love some accents, so you might have seen this going on. Have you seen the 100 British men versus 100 American men who would win?
No.
Okay, so this British dude was like, I've got a question.
I have a question.
If it was 100 British men and 100 American men, who would win? And he's like, oh, the British would win, blah, blah, blah. And like going on, like his reasoning. And so the comment section,
of course,
was lit. Like lit. And just a couple of my faves.
Faves? Give it to me.
Okay. Somebody said, our president is a felon, and you think we're scared of y'all?
That's great.
All we need to do is send in the Waffle House employees. We have security to get into some of our McDonald's, and you think we're scared of some Brits? We will knock the beans right off your toast.
I don't understand that.
I don't either.
I don't even want to try. Like, I'm not giving it a chance.
No, me either. No, thank you. But the dude did a follow-up video, and he was like, I am sorry. I take it back. I did not know about this Waffle House. What is with the Waffle House? And why are people so angry?
I feel like most people should know about the Waffle House. I feel like that's an American joke. Like people like
there's like a compile of like Waffle House videos in the background.
Yeah.
Of like
of all the drama that can happen.
The lady that caught the metal chair in one hand.
One hand, yeah.
And he's like, what kind of sorcery is this?
You're a wizard, Harry. I have not seen the 100.
Oh, British look it up. Okay, so then there's a guy that spent a lot of time here. He was a British guy, and he went through a lot of the states and was doing like a British man.
I've seen some of those,
for the first time or whatever. Yeah, like whatever. And so he was tagged in it a lot. So he did a video, and he's like, "I was tagged in this." And as a British man who has spent a lot of time in America, we are going to lose. We could not enter the fight.
We already do this once.
They are built different. Don't do it.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
So then a girl was like, well, there's this debate about the men. How about the women? And she's like, I'm just kidding. We should not. It was a British girl. We're not even going to go there. She's like, we would show up, but we would lose.
That is so funny.
And they're like, that's so funny. Are unhinged. And then the comment section is hysterical because it's like, Americans, we hate each other, but don't let anybody like bring us into a fight because we will become the most patriotic country you've ever seen. And somebody's like, it's like when somebody messes with my brother or sister.
Exactly.
I can talk as much trash as I want about them, but don't you talk to me.
That is great. And that is so true. We are kind of all unhinged. Like British people are so proper. They have for the most part, they have like all the manners and the rituals and the ceremonies. And we're just like, hey, y'all. What y'all doing?
Proud of our crazy.
We are proud of our crazy.
I'm okay with it though.
Yeah. I am pretty patriotic though, are you?
To a point. Like I am not wearing red, white, and blue all the time, but
do you have a American flag bikini?
No.
I do.
Do you?
No. No. But I always get teared up like when you're watching a parade and like the ROTC or whatever come through, especially like a long time ago. It used to be discharged veterans and stuff that would come through. That always gets me. I know my heart. My grandpa was in the army and he fought in World War II and he went everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's just a little nostalgia for that.
Yeah.
Have I ever told you about Jackson's friend Logan and him being really patriotic?
Mm-mm.
Okay. I'll make it short. First time this kid was spending the night, he was going, this whole situation, I might not be able to make it short. He was going with us to the beach for a week, the next week. And we'd met this kid and hung out, but he never liked to spend the night. So he spends the night before we're leaving the next day. So we can just all get up and go. Well, you know how it is. The day you're leaving, you're like in and out of the house 15 times and loading up the cooler and you're doing all the things. Well, the boys are up and they're downstairs. Jackson was, I don't know, getting ready, whatever. So Logan's just in there watching videos. And Jackson's made jokes about how patriotic he is, America, he just all this kind of stuff. And I hear the Star Spangled Banner playing. And I knew that Logan was the only one down here and the TV wasn't on. And I was like, is this just what we do in the mornings? Like, do I stop? Is it okay if I just keep going right in the hallway with one hand in the laundry basket? Like, I'm not really 100% sure. He was just watching some kind of a reel or something. But the way Jackson had built it up, I thought that might be what we do. We just stop every morning and, love that kid, though. He's a mess. You never know what you're going to get with these boys,
Oh, there was another British guy. So he was talking about how like crappy his neighbor is.
Mm-hmm.
And he said how problematic the neighbor is, everybody in the building or whatever. Like just one of those really grumpy, jerky guys. And so the next video, it was like, y'all, he didn't say y'all. It's like whatever their version of y'all is. But he said he was able to connect to the dude's Bluetooth speaker. And the guy's name is Joe. So what did he do? He plays Cotton Eye Joe. And he blasted it. Like, he was able to control how loud this... So you can hear it in his apartment from the next apartment over in his Cotton Eye Joe.
Yeah.
And so he's like, can you turn it down? And like you can hear the guy like, what's this? Turn it off. Like,
that is great.
So then he's like, guy's name's Joe. Give me all the
oh, yeah.
So they played Jolene.
Oh, yeah.
Like, just like all these.
Fat Joe had a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So hysterical. So then he takes a video. You can just kind of see he's holding it like this.
Yeah.
And he knocks on the guy's door and he's like, I'm really sorry to bother you, but, the music's really loud sometimes. And the guy's like, I don't know what's going on. And I'm sorry.
That is so funny.
Like, the pettiness is
That is so funny. When we were at a basketball game, we tried to connect to the Bluetooth at the high school to just be stupid because we're grown up adults and we can do it.
Yeah. I was at a wrestling match for Dylan a couple of years ago, and I guess it was a kid that was trying to send like an airdrop to everybody around.
Oh, yeah.
And it was like a bathroom toilet picture or something stupid. I was like, this is so dumb.
Mm-hmm. I always forget about airdropping to mass people like in public, though. I've never been a victim. Have you?
Well, just that one.
I mean, that one, you did get it?
Uh-huh.
That's my new goal. I'm going to airdrop to everyone.
Do you want to do Am I the A-hole?
I would love to.
Okay.
Okay. I don't think Joe's the a-hole. I mean, Joe's neighbor.
Oh, no.
Okay. Am I the a-hole for buying my new neighbor donuts? I will hold my judgment. I live in a small apartment complex with about 13 other units. We got a new neighbor a couple weeks ago, saw him taking in boxes, but haven't seen him at all since. Last night at about 2:30, music starts blasting from his place, and you can hear a bunch of people inside being super loud. This went on until about 4 a.m. when a cop knocked on his door. I did not call them. I like how they called themselves. I am not a snitch. I'm guessing he brought his friends home from the bar to keep the party going. It's a Tuesday night. I have work at 7 a.m. I found this very annoying. Even with all my windows closed and a fan running, I could still hear the noise. So this morning, I left a note on his porch that said, "Hey, thanks so much for that 3 a.m. wake-up call on a Tuesday from my name, my apartment number, who has to be at work at 7 a.m. I left a pack of Hostess pink snowballs and powdered donuts placed in an intentional fashion with the note. Came home, and he had thrown the donuts back on my porch. I thought it was a funny way of handling the situation, but I guess he didn't. Am I the a-hole?
I don't think so.
Hold on. So how did he have him as like genitalia?
That's what I was assuming.
But how would you have 2 donuts and 2 snowballs?
I don't think, did it say 2 donuts?
I thought so.
I thought it just said donuts and snowballs.
Oh, maybe the donuts were in a box. You know I'm visual. I have to see it in my head. And the pink snowballs.
I left a pack of Hostess pink snowballs and powdered donuts.
Okay. Oh my God. You're not an a-hole.
No, I think it's hysterical.
That could have been.
And listen, if I was a neighbor, I would have kept the food.
100%.
To be hungover. Yeah. There is nothing better than some fried dough.
I love those like chocolate cakes with the coconut on the outside and the pink like snowball things. Mm-hmm. I love them.
Yeah.
I never get them anymore, but I love them.
I can't eat any of that stuff anymore.
No, I hate it when I'm bringing up food and then I bring up food.
It's okay. It'll be fine.
Okay. Well, I don't think he's the a-hole. I thought that was handled pretty cute.
I did too. And like, if the dude was mad about that, you know what it was? He probably thought that was who called the cops.
Oh, yeah.
That's what I would think. Now that I think about it.
He probably thought he was a snitch.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
You are playing your music loud, dude, on a Tuesday in the middle of the night.
Yeah.
But I don't think the way he handled it was bad.
Me either.
Bring me donuts, boy.
Especially after drinking. You know what's even better is like a bagel after drinking.
A bagel after drinking?
Mm-hmm. Not that I hate those either.
No. So what do you have after you have a drink or two?
I don't really drink anymore.
Yeah.
Well, so I don't have that problem. I don't get hungover.
That solves so many problems. Between being no gluten.
Yeah. But I don't go anywhere, so.
Right.
And then even if you go somewhere, like I'm so anti like drinking and driving.
Oh yeah.
And so it's just not worth it for any of the things.
No, not at all. I'm so thankful though that there's like Uber and stuff now, because there obviously wasn't when the dinosaurs were pulling our vehicles.
And Lord knows how like, oh God, I'm so lucky to be alive.
Yeah. But that is, there's no excuse.
No.
Zero.
Yeah.
When you have those things at your fingertips. Yep. Okay.
So books, if you're not a bookie, this is your time to exit. Please tell your friends to listen. We love you.
We do love you. Thank you. And learn to read. Bye.
Bye. All right. So this week we read The Vacancy in Room 10. After her husband's sudden death, Anna Hartley checks into his seedy former studio to uncover the truth, only to discover a web of secrets, a husband she never really knew, and a danger that may be closer than she thinks.
Who was the author? Do you have that written down? I have it pulled up. That's okay. It was Serafina Novaglass. This was a lot. This book was all over the place to me.
I wasn't a fan.
Mm-mm.
Okay.
Mm-mm.
All right, so we got dual views.
Yeah.
We've got Anna's view and then the maintenance lady, Cass, her view. And so there's two totally different plots that like eventually meet up at the end that kind of cross over together. I did like the supporting characters, like all the crazy ladies.
The ladies, I wanted their perspective.
Yeah.
They were a lot of fun. They were, they had her back.
Yeah.
They were just vibing. They were great.
Seemed like a fun bunch.
Yeah.
And so I enjoyed their little part.
Yeah.
Like the supporting roles.
Yeah. I could picture them too.
So could I.
I could picture the apartment complex. Like all of it was just so clear in my head. And I love it when books are so descriptive. Yeah. Like that.
So I did enjoy that part. And there's everything that I normally, like all the ingredients were there for a book that I would love. You've got like the secret life of the husband, and you've got like the, all the mystery stuff, the murder, like all the things. And it just wasn't there for me. It didn't hit.
Yeah. It wasn't for me either. And even with the added piece of like Cass being a fix-it girl, which I thought that was so cute. And her business name of Handy Ma'am was adorable. I like it when women are in different roles than they normally are, like old school roles. So I enjoyed all of like her life with that. The little boy, Frank. I loved all the characters, but the story was lacking.
Yeah, it just didn't hit for me. I didn't get invested in any one thing, And I also figured it out.
Did you?
The guy.
I always do.
Like I was just like, yeah.
You knew it was him. Yeah. I mean, I obviously knew it wasn't whoever they were trying to make us believe it was, but I couldn't figure out who it was. I felt like there was just so many things going on in it. Yeah, between I forgot his name. The one the scissors.
Yeah.
Eddie.
Whatever.
Eddie.
Yeah.
There was just so many pieces.
Yeah. It was all over the place. And there was too many stories going on.
And some were so irrelevant. Like the whole thing with her ex.
Cass's ex.
Yeah. Was just kind of like.
Yeah.
All right. Did he do it? Like, what are we talking about? Yeah.
Yeah. Why is he even in here? Yeah.
Yeah.
So this book just does not hit for me.
No, me neither.
Yeah. I give it like a 4.
Yeah.
And that's only because I like the ladies at the pool.
They're really great. When she was going to the fancy party and they showed up in like bar hopping clothes almost from 2004, it was everything.
And she's in like Gucci.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I really liked them. And like I said, I liked the little boy and her relationship with him and a lot of the different characters like that. I'd probably read something else by this author just because I think maybe it was just because like you said, everything else was there. Maybe it was just trying to pull this one together. So I might give it another go and I'll let you know. Okay. You're like, okay, I'm not wasting my time.
No, thanks.
What's next?
The next one is What She Left by H.K. Christie. Now, on Hoopla, you have to get it's a series, and there's 3 books together.
I think I already started reading this, and I didn't like it.
Okay.
Did you start reading it?
I read it, or listened to it, like a couple weeks ago.
Okay.
It wasn't my favorite, but I got through it. All right. Martina Monroe is a single bad day away from losing it all. Stuck catching insurance fraudsters and cheating spouses due to DUI, the despondent PI yearns to return to more fulfilling gigs. So when a prospective client asks for her by name to identify an unknown infant in a family photo, she leaps at the opportunity and travels to the one place she swore never to go back, home. As the pressure mounts and the temptation of booze calls like a siren, Martina digs into the mystery and discovers many of the threads have razor-sharp ends. Forced to partner with a resentful detective investigating a linked suspicious death, the haunted private eye unravels clues that delve deep into her past and put her in a dark and dangerous corner.
Okay, cool.
It did take me a little bit to get into it.
Okay, I'll give it another go.
But
I'll give it another go. I think that's it, though.
It is.
Okay. Well, thank you all for listening.
Thank you for listening. We love you. Please tell all your friends to listen. Bye.
Bye.
All right, that wraps up another episode of This Is My Circus. If you survived this episode and somehow still like us, make sure to subscribe, leave a review, share it with your friends, or just send us caffeine.
And don't forget, you can join our VIP circus crew for the full video version of each episode. Also, exclusive bonus content, access to merch, and so much more.
Until next time, keep the drink strong, the books coming, and the kids only mildly feral.
Because this is our circus, and these are our monkeys.
Love ya!